tarde a todos. Eu queria, em primeiro lugar, agradecer a DIGITALKS pela oportunidade de trazer um tema tão importante como esse da inclusão digital e apresentar, então, nesse fórum tão relevante sobre tecnologias digitais, transformação digital e marketing digital, um assunto que começa a ser presença em todas as empresas. E eu queria começar por apresentar o Adam Iker. O Adam, que se encontra em Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv é a cidade mais inovadora e mais cosmopolita de Israel. E o Adam é um multiempreendedor que nos últimos 6, 7 anos vem trabalhando com tecnologias de inclusão digital e hoje é CEO da EqualWeb. Eu conheci em 2019 numa visita que eu fiz a Israel e desde então a gente vem colaborando. Atualmente eu sou conselheiro da empresa. Adam, welcome to DIGITALKS. Can you please say hello to everybody?
Hi Marcelo, how are you? Thank you for having me, nice to be here.
So first of all, Adam, can you explain to our audience what is digital accessibility and how it can be achieved using the EqualWeb solutions?
Yeah, well, sure Marcelo. Digital accessibility is the process of making digital products such as websites, mobile apps, documents, videos and other digital tools accessible to everyone. So it's basically about providing all users access to the same information regardless of the impairments they may have. Now I'm not sure if our audience are aware of the fact that there are currently more than 2 billion disabled people in the world. This is 25% of the world population, and that's all according to the World Health Organization. So this is the largest minority in the world, and we're talking about disabilities like auditory, cognitive, intellectual, epileptic, visually impaired, blind, and even the elderly population. So digital accessibility is the basic human right that everyone deserves the same access and accommodations to the basic and most popular thing in the world called the internet. And especially now during COVID-19 pandemic, you can see many more people that are now reliant on digital means for core daily activities like shopping online, reading newspapers, apply for a loan, study online meetings. So all of those must be accessible for everyone, and this is everyone's responsibility. So at EqualWeb we develop an automated solution based on machine learning and AI technology that can basically make the entire website accessible with just the need to insert one line code. So it's easy as installing Google Analytics. Okay, so it takes about 2 minutes to do, and that's it. And from that part, our solution is basically covering the website with the right accessibility suite and fixing automatically most or even all the accessibility issues depend on the website. And after that, our team of accessibility experts can check the website and do some manual testing and remediate all of the remaining accessibility issues that have not been fixed automatically.
Very good explanation, Adam. And just to give local perspective and local numbers, here in Brazil there are 60 million people with special needs. Out of them, 45 million people have any kind of disability according to IBGE. It's very similar to what we see worldwide. I would say that 25% of Brazilians also have the same need. But Adam, digital accessibility is a new subject to Brazilian companies, despite the Brazilian inclusion law having been enacted for 5 years now. How is this similar to what happened in Europe, in the US, and in Israel before companies were subject to very high fines?
Well, digital accessibility been around for more than a decade, and I will not lie. All countries that has regulation and enforce them, those are the countries that you can see more accessible websites, and it's also a matter of awareness, I think. And you guys are doing a great job in Brazil increasing the awareness in digital inclusion. And hopefully you guys will have more and more companies that will want to make their website accessible now that it's so easy and not expensive using equal web solution.
Yes, Adam, and as a matter of fact, we've been experiencing a very good reception from every company in the local market. But Adam, as authorities are not finding yet websites for accessibility issues, what would you say are the major benefits of being WCAG 2.1 compliant?
Well, that's a great question, Marcelo. Well, in my belief, I think that compliance and lawsuits need to be the last reason of why to make a website accessible. Two major other reasons will be more traffic to your website, and more traffic usually means more income and more clients. See, Marcelo, like every company is trying to understand their clients, trying to personalize their buying experience and service experience in order to generate more profits and loyal clients. Now, do you think that anyone really knows how many blind people enter their website, or how many epileptic, or how many people with motoric problems? Probably not. So, and those all are potential clients or existing clients that struggle in using your websites. Now, studies shows that 71% of web users with disability will simplify leave the website that is not accessible. Okay, so let's do the math here. Now, you have 25% disabled people. Out of them, 71% will leave your website. So that basically means that an inaccessible website is losing 17% of its potential traffic and probably will not even know why. So that is like a hidden market of consumers with a huge buying power. And now the second reason to make your website accessible will probably be brand awareness and social responsibility. So when you are making your website accessible, you can show the world you care. And you can use this in your social media and stuff, and pass your competitors that are not accessible. And one last point now, we are all responsible for the future of the world we are living in, okay? And the internet by far is the most popular source of information, and all society, including people with disabilities, deserves the same access to this information as anyone else. So I think that as a society, we must work together to make sure that the digital world will be accessible to everyone. I hope those reasons are enough for everyone.
Oh my goodness, 71% of website visitors that have a disability will leave the site. This is amazing and scaring at the same time. Because Adam, local companies think that making their websites accessible is very expensive, time-consuming, and technically challenging. Even for major corporations, the process is not simple. What are international clients saying about the adoption of Equal Web using an automatic tool with artificial intelligence to solve that problem?
Yeah, that's another great question, Marcelo. You are on fire today. Well, until a few years ago, they were right. Okay, so making website accessible was very expensive, time consuming, and it was a really hard river to cross. But now, when you have Equal Web accessible speedboat, so it's really easy, and I don't see any reason why not all website will do it. Now, regarding accessibility by design, it is also an option. The thing is that, as we said, it's time consuming and very expensive. I will give you an example. Okay, we had a client that it was something like 2 years ago, that he made his website accessible by design in their source code. So we hired an accessibility experts that gave him a full report on the accessibility errors on his website, and then he went to his developers. Those fixed all of the accessibility issues, and then back to the auditor to check again. So it was like that, back and forth for a few times. And after like 3 months, the site was accessible, and the client was very happy. Now, the whole process cost him about $7,000 and took him like 3 months to finish. By the way, it was a very simple website with like 50 pages that cost him about $3,000 to build the website. So he paid more than 2 times to make his website accessible than what he paid for building and designing the whole website. And after less than a year, he received a lawsuit. So he was really surprised on how the hell it happened. If he made his website accessible by design a few months ago. So he went back to the company that provided him the audit, and they checked the website again for additional $2,000, and they found again many issues. And then the client didn't understand like how it's possible. He didn't change a lot on his website, just like add new pages under existing templates, and still there are many accessibility issues. So he came to us. We insert our solution into his website that fixed most of the issues automatically, and then we made some manual testing and adjustment of our widget, and we solve all the accessibility issues that have not been covered automatically. And the whole process took us like less than a month. Okay. And what most important, that our solution keeping the website accessible through time. Okay, so also when the client insert new pages on his site and changing existing ones, his website remain accessible. And by the way, we also provide a monitoring solution that can scan the website on a monthly basis and provide reports of the current accessibility level of the site and flags new accessibility issues that we find. So the remediation widget plus the monitoring will be the perfect combination of how to make the website accessible and keeping it on a high accessibility level through time.
I understand, Adam. So what you're saying is that making the website accessible means making it first and then monitoring and keeping it up to date. And with an automatic tool, this is very easy, simple, and straightforward. Okay, I got that. Can you tell us a couple of examples of major companies, but also middle-sized and small companies that turn into equal web client and had a good story or good results because of that?
Well, our solution installed on more than 10,000 websites from Fortune 500 to nonprofit organizations. We are working with many companies around the world, such as Coca-Cola and Kimberly-Clark, ADT, Budget, Fiverr, Medtronic, Dyson, Zara, some of the NBA teams, and many more. And every one of our clients has seen significant increase in incoming traffic, average time spent on site, and new clients onboarding. In addition, 100 of our clients received demand letters from plaintiff lawyers, and yet not a single one was forced to go to court or pay a settlement. So our clients save tens of thousands of dollars in potential penalties and fees.
Thanks, Adam. And as a matter of fact, we've been experiencing a very good and positive return from our first movers, first clients here in Brazil. Companies like Kibon, Universidade Uniswan in Rio de Janeiro, BIP Consulting, and Espaço Laser. The local reception of the solution is being very good. But Adam, we are running out of time, so to end up with this chat, can you give your international perspective of the advantage of becoming an early adopter in digital accessibility technology?
First, being an early adopter, you can gain many competitive advantages. So there are many articles that shows that early adopters organizations experience higher growth in revenues and in market position. In addition to that, early adopters will have unique advertising points over their competitors. So they can publish blog posts, hold seminars, put a badge over their website that shows they are digital inclusion promoters, and have many other unique advertising points over their competitors. And finally, I think it's just the right thing to do. Like if you will go to a company and ask them about accessibility accommodations, you will never hear anybody say, no, we just don't care. We don't care about vision impaired, hearing impaired, or any other impairments. We don't care about them. You will never hear it because everybody cares. Okay, it's just not their main concern. And until last year, it was, as we said, it was a hard river to cross. But now it's super easy, and it's totally not expensive. So there are really no more excuses why not to do it. And as I said before, as a society, I think we must work together to make sure that the digital world will be accessible to everyone. We are all responsible for the future of the world we are living in. And if that's not enough, Marcelo, you know what? You can offer all the next early adopters that will share this video 30% off on all of our plans for the next 30 business days. How that sounds?
In Brazil, we say the intern is acting crazy. Now we see that the president is acting crazy. But it's a good suggestion. We will follow your advice, Adam. Adam, I would really want to thank you for your time of being with us and explaining to local market what digital accessibility is and what we've been facing as a global eco-web when entering into the US, the European and Israeli market. Thank you very much, Adam. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Marcelo, thank you for having me, and thank you for the audience that were listening to us, and make your website accessible, everyone. Don't forget. Bye.
Bom, gostaria de agradecer a todos os participantes do DIGITALKS, a organização do evento, por dar espaço para um tema tão relevante e importante como é o tema da inclusão digital, da acessibilidade digital. E principalmente porque eu acredito que são formadores de opinião, como os participantes do evento, os executivos aqui presentes e as empresas que têm capacidade de ser um motor de transformação para a sociedade e usar justamente um mote da inclusão digital como um mote diferenciador de seus negócios, ao mesmo tempo em que promovem o bem social e a inclusão de todos. Então, mais uma vez, obrigado, boa tarde a todos e até a próxima.